Salutations, all you trackers of the transcendental out there, and welcome to More Than Meets the Eye, where we're uncovering the conspiracy fact the government doesn't want you to know about. As always, I'm your host, Alexander Sorokin, and this week, I'm sorry, folks. Sadly, the UAP Task Force's report has yet to be delivered to Congress, at this point sitting 2 weeks, that's right, 2 weeks late of the original due date. But let's be honest here. Did we really expect the American government to get this thing out on time? If the government's one thing, it's unreliable. I mean, what's the tagline of this show? Despite the fact that the official UAP Task Force's findings haven't been reported to Congress, a number of highly esteemed publications, including the NBC, Associated Press, and Boston University Today, have all been in talks with specialists and skeptics alike, both anonymous and named, about exactly what is going on in our skies. The consensus seems to be that the UAP Task Force has not proven any sort of alien interaction, but they can't rule it out. Now, of course, there's always the hardcore skeptics who scoff and tell us the same thing we've been hearing for years. You know what I mean. The classic, oh, it's just a weather balloon, or it's just an atmospheric phenomenon. But I know you, dear viewer. You're smarter than that. If I had to guess what's going on, and this is pure speculation on my part, but I'd wager that the government knows more than they're letting on. That is their MO when it comes to things of this nature, after all. But I think disclosure is coming. The push has been too strong in the last year to go back to their policy of silence and denial. They just can't come out and say all at once that aliens exist, though. Imagine what kind of chaos that would bring to the world. People have a natural fear of the unknown, and admitting straight up that these things exist could be catastrophic to the status quo. But that day will come. They're just trying to ease us into it slowly. And if that's not the case, there are others who will tell us what's going on. Just recently, the new chief of NASA, Bill Nelson, a former senator and astronaut, announced that he too would be looking into the UAP sightings. According to NASA press secretary Jackie McGinnis, Nelson won't be creating a formal task force, but he is directing researchers and scientists within NASA to follow any lines of questioning about the topic as they see fit, and without the stigma that usually comes from UFO research in academic circles. That's a pretty great move by NASA on their part, if I may say so. Nelson also mentions that due to all the descriptions of the Navy pilots and officer sightings, he doesn't believe that what they saw were merely optical illusions. So now we have two separate forces looking into what's going on. And since NASA is an independent government agency, their findings will most likely be made more public. Hopefully we can finally get the answers we're looking for. But that's all for this week, folks. Make sure to keep pushing for disclosure, and remember, there's more than meets the eye.